have been.
Was to have been?
Yes, you never can be mine.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
I just ascertained that by the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Buried alive. It's a most unpleasant death.
But whom did you get that from?
Oh, Pooh-Bah, he's my solicitor.
But you may be mistaken.
So I thought. So I consulted the Attorney General, the Lord Chief Justice, and the Lord Chancellor. They're all of the same opinion. Never knew such unanimity on a point of law in my life.
Stop a bit. This law has never been put into force.
Well, not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable by decapitation, and married men never flirt.
Oh, of course, I quite forgot that. Well, I suppose I may take it that our dream of happiness is at an end.
Darling, I don't want to appear selfish, and I love you with all my heart. I don't suppose I shall ever love anyone half as much. But when I agreed to marry you, my own, I had no idea, pet, that in a month I should be buried alive.
Nor I. It's the very first I've heard of it.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does make a difference, of course.
You see, burial alive, it's such a stuffy death.
I call it a beast of a death.
You see my difficulty, don't you?
I do. And I see my own. If I insist on your keeping your promise, I doom you to a hideous death. If I release you, you marry Coco at once.
Here's a howdy-do, if I ever knew. When your time has come to Paris, then the maiden whom you cherish must be snotted too. Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's a state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion, burial it brings. Here's a state of things, here's a state of things. With a passion that's intense I worship and adore, but the laws of common century oughtn't to ignore. If what to say is true, 'tis dead to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a howdy-do,
Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do. For if what he says is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty, pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. My poor boy, I really am very sorry for you.
Thanks, old fellow, I'm sure you are.
You see, I'm quite helpless.
I quite see that.
I can't imagine anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment. But you shan't be disappointing of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
Oh, why, that's very kind of you, but that's impossible.
Why so?
Today, I die.
What do you mean?
I can't live without Yum Yum. This afternoon, I perform the happy dispatch.
No, pardon me. I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why, hang it all, you're under contract to die at the hands of the public executioner in a month's time. Why, if you were to kill yourself, what should become of me? Why, I should have to die in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
Now then, Lord Mayor, what is it?
The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city and will be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado? Oh, he's coming to see if I've obeyed his orders. Now look you here, this is getting serious. A bargain's a bargain, and you really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. As a gentleman and a noble, you are bound to die ignominiously at the hands of the public executioner.
Very well then. Behead me.
What?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off, chop it off.
My good sir, I don't Or if I'm prepared to chop a man's head off at a moment's notice, why, I haven't even killed a blue bottle.
Still, as Lord High Executioner...
My good sir, as Lord High Executioner, I am to behead him in a month. Why, I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. Oh, I'm going to take lessons. I mean to begin with a guinea pig and work my way up through the animal kingdom to a second trombone. Why, you don't think that as a humane man, I've accepted the post of Lord High Executioner if I hadn't thought the duties purely nominal? Oh, I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody.
Oh, there, old fellow. We all have unpleasant duties to discharge at times. After all, what is it? If I don't mind, why should you? Remember, sooner or later it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you when making an affidavit that you've been executed will do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. The Lord Chief Justice, the Lord High Admiral, the Commander-in-Chief, Secretary of State for the Home Department, First Lord of the Treasury, and the Lord Chancellor.
But, where are they?
There they are. They'll all swear to it, won't you?
Am I to understand that all of us high-ranking officers of state are to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
Why not? You'll be grossly insulted as usual.
Will the insult be cashed down or at a date?
It will be a ready money transaction.
It would be a useful discipline. Very well, choose your fiction and I will endorse it.
Oh, but I tell you, life without yum-yum...
Oh, yum-yum, bother yum-yum. Commissioner, go and fetch yum-yum. Now, take yum-yum and marry yum-yum, only go away and never come back again. Oh, here she is now. Yum-yum, are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
You 5 minutes to spare?
Oh, yes.
Then go with His Grace, the Archbishop of Titipu, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be buried
Now,
alive...
don't ask any questions, just do as I say, and Nigus will explain all later.
But wait just one
No, world! Here he comes, and if he sees you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in convincing him I've beheaded you. Close thing, that, for here he comes.
Declared particularly correct,
but they're nothing at all compared with those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
In a fatherly kind of way, I govern each tribe and sect, all cheerfully on my sway.
Except your daughter-in-law elect, as tough as a bone with a will of her own, is his daughter-in-law elect.
My nature is love and light, my freedom from all defect.
But they're nothing at all compared with those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody's second time certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner offend, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. The advertising quack who wearies of tales of countless cures, his teeth I've enacted shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The amateur tenor's vocal villainies all desire to shirk, shall during off hours exhibit his powers to Madame Tussauds waxwork. The billiard sharp whom anyone catches his doom's extremely hard. He's made to dwell on a dungeon cell on a spot that's always barred. And there he plays extravagant matches in fitless finger stalls on a cloth untrue and twisted cue and elliptical billiard balls. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocence.